Okay, recording.
Thank you. Well, thank you. Praise to Tam for facilitating another amazing retrospective every week, every sprint. It's so good. I want to praise NT for also coming to this sprint, and Mike for coming to the sprint retrospective as newcomers and really giving valuable input. I want to praise Benz for all the work that he's doing in TC and Giveth in the gravity space. That's super cool. I didn't see that coming. I want to praise Eduardo and the whole Communitas crew because like constantly I'm getting reports of just having an amazing Communitas call and an onboarding experience, best onboarding experience in DAOs. I want to praise Chewy and the comms team for managing Twitter and making sure that our comms stuff is taken under thing, even though that I think the comms stuff has been slow to go through Gardens. And I'll pass it to Nate.
Yes, sorry. So I want to praise Gideon for all the work he's been doing with the Writers Guild. It's really amazing, and the use of Clarity, which is a really cool new tool that we're trying out. I want to praise Wonka for helping out with the gravity and managing just a bunch of different little small conflicts that emerge within this community. I want to praise Tam for guiding me in learning how to become a steward of the stewards, and so that's really awesome. I want to praise Zepti for all the input that he's had and support that he gives to this community, and especially around transparency and all of the new stuff within the Gnosis ecosystem, like with water and all these new initiatives. I want to praise the entire rewards team, Chris, Mitch, Livy, everybody who's been working on praise quant stuff. You guys have been doing an amazing job, and I will pass it over to Lauren.
Okay, awesome. Thanks. I want to praise Tam for always leading the great retrospectives meetings and like keeping us on time, being super organized. She's amazing. I want to praise Nate for eloquently voicing dissent and like really drawing eyes to kind of like potential problems and kind of like our the social cred phenomenon. I want to praise everyone who's been working on the reward system: Mitch, NT, Christopher, Olivia, and Griff, and all these people who are just really pushing that forward. It's so great. And I want to praise Zepti for looking into the water proposal. I also want to praise Paul from One Hive for bringing the water proposal to our attention and like explaining it all to us. I want to praise Chewy. We're doing such a good job with the Twitter and managing the comms team. And I want to, okay, cool. I was underprepared, so long-winded. I'll pass it to Chewy.
Thank you, Lauren. I want to praise Patty and Anatech for representing TEA and TEC and Meet Rio. I want to praise Edu and Tam for all the passion that you put into Communitas. Jurganas for taking some time off to clear his head, even though you're an amazing contributor to the TEC. So we miss you a lot, but we know that you'll come back feeling much better. So that makes us really happy. Christopher, Mitch, Levy, Bye V, and Gustavo for the great development process behind our reward system. Great for your support and suggestions behind teams. Your leadership talents are out of this world. Acid Laser, Manu, Juanca, Efra, Angie Very, Alan TV, John Jonas, Mario Rosso, and Septi for your efforts around comms this week. And last but not least, Teresa and Nancy for sticking around TEC and their journey for finding much needed ways to contribute. A huge example for newcomers. I'll pass it to NT.
Thanks. I'd like to first praise Septi and Ivy and Ratio for their work on the Transparency Working Group. I'd like also to praise Levy, Christopher, Mitch, and everyone involved in the praise in the work systems. Well, I had some more in mind, but yeah, I think I'll pass it over. Sorry. I'll pass it to Edu.
Thank you, NT. And I want to praise Mitch for hunting down quantifiers to make the quantifying process possible. I want to praise Teresa. It's the first Panamanian I encounter in the TEC ecosystem, so it's so nice to talk Spanish in my own accent. I want to dish praise to Mike for joining, putting his cam on, and to always be present in the past 2 days in our calls. It's nice to have you here. I want to dish praise to Chris Norton because the first time I see you on a call here. So, and also I want to dish praise to Maxwell, who is also the first time I saw you in a in a call here in the TEC. So thank you so much for joining. I want to dish praise to Lauren for her nice look today on the call. And I pass it on to Tam.
Cool. I'd like to praise everyone who came to the retro. So Edu, NT, Griff, Juanca, Lauren, Livia, Mert, Mike, Mitch, Manu, Nate, Zep, Craig, and Chewy. I'd like to praise Vivek and Andy from Kernel Block 5. It was a really great, really sort of deep fireside chat today that has shaped some of my thinking in interesting ways. I'd like to praise Mitch because I like the way you're handling things. Everything you touch, any initiative you're involved with, you bring a lot of value, rewards, proposal inverter. I'd like to praise Nate extra for all the diplomacy and articulating such clear dissent with respect and grace. I'd like to praise Durgadas, and it's my sincere hope you find peace in the midst of the turmoil. And I'd like to praise Edu, Manu, and Kusta for guiding newcomers into the TEC. I'd like to pass it on to Acid Laser.
Thank you. Let me find my praise. Oh, praise to Chewy for yesterday's meetup in real life again, and we were giving away some pull-ups to people. Praise Chris, Mitch, Livia, and everyone who's involved at the new Praise dashboard. It was really easy and fast to quantify this time. Praise to Efra for joining the community and helping with graphics. Praise John Jonas for the reward system script draft. And praise to Juanca for all the work he's doing at Gravity. And I'll pass it to, I don't know who's left, but maybe Costa.
Hi, everyone. I would like to praise Tam and Edu for welcoming me to the team. I'm new, and any help is thanked for. I'll pass it to, I don't know who's left. Mike?
Here we are. Thank you. I'm repeating myself. I mean, it's just incredible to be here, and I'd like to praise Griff for having being kind enough to reach out to me, and Tam for heading up this second meeting, and I'm just learning. So let's see. What about? I don't have to say your name. Liviardi. Is that correct? Okay, maybe not.
Oh, hey, thank you.
Of course.
Yeah, I want to praise Nate for sharing his voice and the TEC every time he feels there's something out of place. Tam for helping me plan my issues this week. It was super helpful. Christopher and Angela for the great DAO reward session we had today. Praise Teresa and NT for being so active in the TEC since you joined with a great energy. Pedro, Mark, and Walter for sharing about TEC praise and the DAO reward session today. And I want to praise Optimus for being so involved, so up to, on top of everything, and for your great energy, always contributing with everyone. And I'll pass to Maxwell.
Hey everyone. So I joined a couple minutes late, but I'm just going to guess at how this works. So I want to praise NT, and I think it was Mike for quick responses to my noob questions here. I just joined it a few days ago, so excited to be here. Who hasn't gone yet? I'll pass it to. Has Costa gone yet?
Oh, he did. It was okay. It's getting.
Sorry.
Yeah, I just did.
We're getting down there. So I'll toss it for you. Let's throw it to Alan TV.
Thank you.
Thank you, Griff. I want to praise John Jonas for the script edit for the reward system video tutorial. It's amazing. And I want to praise all of you for being here on our day. And I'll pass it to Septi.
Thank you, Alan. Yeah, I want to praise 20 for reaching out to support with the audit. I want to praise actually to the Gnosis community. Like, they are the only community, like, when you go and ask questions, you don't go through the public chat, then scammers DM to you. So yeah, praise Gnosis. I want to praise to Juan for trusting me on the treasury manager role. It's being hard, but I'm loving the journey. I want to praise to Livy and Nate, both of you, like, for every time, like, something concerns you regarding the culture or any question regarding the community, you always raise your voice. So it's awesome. I actually wanted this praise to Lauren. Yesterday I watched your talk on Spanish. It was awesome. Yeah, and I'll pass it to Benz.
Nice.
Thanks. I'll praise Anna for presentation on mental health for the Gravity call, Gideon, Nate, Taxel, Guyan for support in writing, and also Wonka for support in writing something on Gravity. The Rewards team for all the work they've done in Praise Quant. Especially Mitch for the reminder, that's helpful. Vive for taking the time to respond and answer some of my questions. I have some more, but I'll put it in the Discord. Who hasn't got that?
It's a tough one.
Costa?
Oh no, Costa! Man, Costa! Everyone wants to pass it to you, man. No, I can throw it to you. There's only 2 left. How about Chris Norton?
Hey, how's it going, guys? I'm still pretty new to crypto, still figuring out how this is working, but basically just here to figure out where I fit in and how I can contribute. Praise to Mitch for answering all my questions and just kind of filling me in with what you guys got going on here. Who's the last person?
Oh man, you'll never guess. Well, maybe. You want to guess? No.
Zeptimus.
No, it's,
I have no idea.
It's okay. It's Mount Manu. Look at him. He's hinting. Mount Manu.
Thanks, Ruth. Yeah, all right. Well, I want to praise Mitch for cut herding the people around the praise quantification. I want to praise Sam for teaching me the ropes about being a coordination lead. I want to praise Enti for sharing insights about notions that are so second nature to us that they are hard to assess, pivot, or improve. I want to praise Gideon for his thoughtful essay about TEC and his people. I want to praise Nick for her disinterested efforts in building an onboarding journey that's specific to Omega's needs. I want to praise Edu for being a great co-worker in Communitas and because I learned something new from him almost every day. I want to praise Septi for always being available and open to assist and support even when he's about to go to sleep. And I want to praise Chewy for burning scammers and offering them as tribute at the altar of decentralization. And I believe that's it. So pass it back to you, Tom. Or actually to you, Chris.
Thanks so much, Mount Manu, and thank you everyone for coming to community call number 74. Man, we have so many of these things. Thank you so much for dishing praise. Praise is one of our favorite cultural games, and you can dish praise anytime. You don't have to just wait till Thursday. It serves as decentralized updates in the community, which is super cool, but also you get rewarded from the reward board, and praise quants are underway. So that's super awesome. Okay, turn on your videos. Let's get a screenshot. I'm gonna read the values, but we'll take a little screenshot of all the smiling faces at some point while I'm reading this thing. So, our values. The TEC operates from a pro-social, human-centered perspective and prioritizes the advancement of token engineering over short-term profits. Integrity, curiosity, constructive inquiry, presence, and gratitude are foundational for maintaining mutual respect within our growing community. We encourage our members to be radically open source, non-hierarchical, transparent in their intentions, and accountable for their actions. Thank you guys. Big smiles. And okay, you're free. Thanks, everybody. One of the ways, besides just smiling on camera, we also love to stay strong by, if you see a conflict, tell us about it. There's on the right side of Discord, right? Yeah, right side. There's active gravitons. And so if you see any conflicts in the community, let's catch it while they're small. And managing small conflicts is always better than seeing when they fester and grow into unmanageable situations. If you don't feel like DMing someone who's an active graviton on Discord, you can also set a report. We have this type form in our Google Slides here. So you can message, you can fill out a type form, and then we'll handle it. You can fill it out anonymously, and the gravitons will do their work invisibly as always. Also, we have advice process. Advice process is really key to the success of our community and the way we stay decentralized and strong with decisions coming from the edges. The thing is, when decisions come from the edges, how do you know? You don't, these decisions affect everybody throughout the DAO sometimes. So make sure that you are informing the people who are affected by the decisions you're making, and also ask for expert advice. If there's experts in our community that can help you, get their advice before you settle on the decision. And also ask the stakeholders before you settle on the decision. And then advice process will be satisfied and our DAO will stay strong. Speaking of staying strong, we have some votes out there. We got 4 votes. Even though there's 5 on the screen, there's always one sitting there. That's the abstain proposal, number 5. If you don't like any of these votes, you can slow them all down by putting your tokens on number 5. And the first vote is actually a yes/no vote. So it's that time again. Every other week, we vote to lower the entry tribute and raise the exit tribute, narrowing the what do you call that? The price differentiation, so that we can get more volatility to give action to the augmented bonding curve and create funding. So definitely go into and rock the vote on that one. You have 4 days left, and we're at 4.5%-ish. Also, we have the comms team. The Twitter planning is about to pass in a few days. So if you want to speed that up, and if you like our Twitter, definitely don't be shy about allocating your tokens to that one. Also, we have retroactive funding for the TEC Spotlight video that OneHive, that T. Wells and crew put together, OneHive TV. So that's for 1,000 wrapped XDAI, and it'll pass in 5 days, but can always be sped up by your token support. And also we have Comms Team DAO, which is missing about 30,000 tokens before their translations team will get the funding that they need to start the show. So yeah, and one last kind of update is that daylight savings time sucks. Watch out for conflicts in your schedule. The US is hoping to end it soon, and maybe that'll be the start of ending this madness of changing clocks all the time. But just be aware that the clocks changed last weekend. They're going to change in a week and a half for Europe, and they're going to change in 2.5 weeks in Mexico. Oh well. But take it as an opportunity. If you want to reschedule the timing of your working group, this is a great time because everyone's schedule is all messed up anyway. So you can everyone's cool to like shift around a little bit. So if you feel like every 6 months, that's the only benefit of daylight savings time, is it's an opportunity to actually make this make your timing better. So with that, I'll pass it to the Steward of Stewards, T.E.A.M, for the Community Stewards Working Group.
Cool, and we're going to do something a little different today, and the other steward of the stewards, Nate, will be presenting. So I'll pass it to Nate.
Hey, thank you. Yeah, so I'll share screen real quick. So we thank you to everybody who came to the sprint retrospective, which happens every other Thursday. We review the sprint planning of the previous week. We also have sprint planning every other Friday, so that will be tomorrow. And if you'd like to join, we'd love to have you. Steward working group calls happen weekly every Wednesday, and the Stewards Council every other Thursday. So every other week that we don't have sprint planning and sprint retrospective, we will have our Stewards Council where we talk about kind of macro issues within it. But if you take a look at our sprint board, if you are new here or you are currently having current issues, this is the best place to go to actually look in to see what is going on in the TEC. Through this, we can look at our product backlog, the sprint for each week, and all of the issues that you can contribute to. Just talk with the owner of these issues and see where you can participate. This week, welcome me as a co-steward, which is really awesome. I'm really excited to be a co-steward with T.E.A.M of the Stewards Working Group. But we also have Mount Manu as a Stewards Working Group Coordination Lead. And so we're really excited to have him on to help out with just organizing this community and engaging with people on issues. So the very first stewards compensation distribution is done. We sent it out to all, I believe, 16 of our stewards. 15 of our stewards, and so that compensation is done as the very first one. Very proud of that. Sprint retrospective went really, really well. Our issue for this week was to, I believe, I can't even remember. It just happened 2 seconds ago. But we'll keep going. Stewards Council, hosted by Zepti, is going to be focused on uses of laser tag funds next week. So be aware of that. A little bit of what's been on the stewards' minds this week. We have the One Hive water shared liquidity that Zepti has graciously spearheaded. We're just looking to actually signal whether we want to participate in this. There's no firm commitment, but we want to address that this upcoming sprint. We have the reentrancy attack with Agave, and heart goes out to anybody who's been impacted by that. But we're luckily TEC and our small little community have not been affected by this, so that's a blessing. So changing the timing for the weekly orientation, starting on March 31st, orientation will be moved to right before the community call. So right before this call, we will have our orientation call. So if those of you who are used to it being on a Wednesday, we are moving that after March 31st. The rewards and proposal inverted progress. If you get a chance, Mitch had put a comment up here in the dog fooding proposal inverted TEC as a payer. So there are comments that he wanted to leave up and some questions that need to be answered. So if you have any thoughts or concerns or ideas around this particular proposal, please engage on the forum so we can move on with that one. Who will be in Amsterdam in April? There are a lot of interesting events coming up in April. A lot of conferences, Taoist, ETH Amsterdam. So if you're participating in any of these types of conferences, please reach out to Tam or I, and we want to make sure that we're all connected while we're there. Chewy has proposed to talk about the Gnosis chain CGI proposal. So this is something I believe Dalhouse was responsible for, and so this is kind of a ecosystem proposal that we want to talk about as a representative on that multi-sig to really get involved with. So it's tomorrow we have the Common Stack AMA where TEC Steward Wonka with Annalie and Garrett in the Common Stacks AMA. Inclusion, Culture, and Public Goods will be moderated by Griff. So I highly encourage everybody to get, I believe that's going to be on the Common Stack Discord channel. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Common Stack.
So,
thank you. Sorry.
And so and so please, if you're interested in attending that AMA, it'd be really great to have people show up. So PSA, Twitter retweets are love. So get out there and tweet, retweet, and share T comments around the Twitter space. Yeah, and that's it for me. And then with that being said, I will pass it on to Wonka with the Gravity Working Group.
Thanks, Nate. And well, thanks to everyone who supported our proposal in Gardens. We are very happy to say that the proposal passed last week. And we have been working on it to make the first distribution to the people that have been contributing to the working group. Also, the one of the goals of the Gravity Working Group is to stop reproducing cycles of violence and violent practices that we see in our current systems. And for that, we offer mediation services, but at the same time, we have a lot of educational and activities where you can participate in order to make conflict management something that is a cultural competence. And for that, we are having practice groups about liberating structures. We are practicing liberating structures on Tuesdays. On Wednesdays, we are having coordination call, and on Thursdays, today after this call, we are having a book club. We are reading the book "Who Do We Choose to Be" by Margaret Whitley, and today we will be talking about the first chapter of the book. If you didn't read the book, don't be afraid to jump in the call because we will be talking about the book, and that's one of the ideas that we can all learn collectively. and some of the topics that we will be discussing and that appeared in this first chapter of the book is leading well in collabs, understanding what are the tipping points, and also we will be talking about the myth of progress and some of the key things that we can identify in our organizations to measure where are they in the arrow of time. So if you're interested about what I am talking about, please stay, and we will be talking about what was in this book. Also, we will be supporting a research around psychology, and there are a lot of things happening, and please jump into our calls and feel free to collaborate. We also have a Gitcoin grant. And with that, I'll pass to Softcop.
Thank you, Juan. So in SoftGov, we meet every Tuesday at 1 p.m. EST and 7 p.m. Europe time. I hope this times are still right with the time change. Probably not. So this week in SoftGov, we talked about accountability for conviction voting proposals. This is a big piece that is missing in the DAO tooling, having accountability mechanisms or escrow mechanisms that are integrated with the tools that we use. So the solution for that is probably cultural. And for now, for sure, is cultural. So we were discussing what can we do to ensure proposals are accountable to the results they propose. And we came up with some topics during the last call that are add a self-imposed metric to the proposal template. So here, if we come to proposals and open draft, we see a template for how to submit a proposal, and we could add something like what success looks like. So this would be a metric that the person who is proposing suggests to themselves, and we could keep them accountable according to the metric they decide. And that would help us to understand also if we want to support that proposal and if the metrics they have are realistic for sharing their success. And this could be a point of discussion in the forum when the proposal is up to advice process. Also, adding graduated sanctions for lack of accountability to our covenant and to our graduated sanctions list. So how could people feel like they have a chance to redeem themselves for lack of accountability? How the sanctions could look like? What type of process we could have when a proposal is not delivered or not delivered in a way that feels successful to the community? Also, voice opinions more often. This came up as so we discussed a lot the social capital aspect of sometimes a proposal comes from someone that has a high reputation in the community and it passes really quickly. And some people voiced that they felt uncomfortable to share their dissent opinion when something like that happens. So we talked a lot about like creating this courage to share your opinions and to feel comfortable to express dissent, and that is the only way we can start bringing more balance to the social capital that we have in the community, and create different levels of expertise that everyone can feel comfortable expressing themselves. Also, incentivizing proposers to give updates in the forum. I opened a small poll in the Stewards chat, and these two were the two most voted options. So, as soon as people propose, always like bring this up as a cultural practice to incentivize proposers to keep us updated in their forum post, and also to share proposal updates in the community call. So the community spotlight could be used both as promoting proposals that are up for voting and also giving updates of proposals after they pass. And what are they up to. And then another topic is Gitcoin donations, what to do with them. We have a vote up on Snapshot. We have a Gitcoin grant that was open for a long time, since kind of the start of the cultural build, and we have over 13K from donations to the grant, and it's sitting on Griff's controlled wallet. So we're trying to understand what to do with those funds. Option one, convert it all to RepDex DAI and to LaserTag, and LaserTag can use it to liquidity pools later. Option two, convert the DAI in small amounts to RepDex DAI and leave the pen and eat as it is and send to LaserTag to further use. Option three, convert to RepDex DAI and send it to the common pool. Option four, convert it to RepDex DAI, then to TEC and send to the reward board. Option five, let it rot. Bam. Option six, embezzle and party in Barcelona. Okay, so we would love to hear from you. What do you think about all of these options? Jump on Snapshot if you have TC tokens to vote.
I like that option 6 is winning.
So I'll pass to Eduardo with Communitas.
Thank you, Livy. Hello, everyone. And just want to start the brief for Communitas saying that if you are new and you are lost, please reach out to Manu or to me, and we will help you through your journey here. Basically, Communitas Working Group, it's a community building working group, and we held 3 main calls. Our weekly thing that happens on Monday, 8 p.m. CET, our orientation call that happens on Wednesday, 6 p.m. CET, and our TC Lounge that happens on Fridays, 4 p.m. CET. Our TC Lounge is a non-related to work space. We are trying to dynamize this space, and we'll probably change it a little bit in the following weeks. In the meantime, we just hang out and talk. Usually Juanca and I, sometimes Vive always pops in, and we can just hang out and talk. If you want to do work in the meantime, have a coffee, and in the meantime we just chat about what's gonna be your weekend. This week we hit a milestone, 2 milestones actually. We are 2,000 people on our Discord server. We just hit the mark. And the second milestone for the Communitas Working Group is that we have welcomed more than 500 people on the orientation chat. So, 1/4 of our community has been welcomed personally by someone in the Communitas Working Group or by someone in the community. So it's a huge milestone for our working group. Besides that, we are working on a frequently asked questions. It's a document that is shared on these slides, and it's basically a bunch of questions that get answered all the time or get asked all the time on our Discord. So it's a guide for everyone. We get the same questions all the time, but this is usually FAQ that will be used by our guides to answer those questions or to anyone who require it. The next thing is that we had a document called TEC and its people, done by one of the Communitas contributor, which is Gideon. And this document has gone through some feedback, and one of the main key points is that he described 4 actions to take by the Communitas working group, and we are going to propose some workflows for these 4 key points. And the idea is that these workflows take from the first part that we have deployed, which is onboarding, all the way to community building and how we can create safe spaces and synchrony with other working groups and, with a matter, with the community. So next Communitas working group call that happens on Monday, we will talk about these workflows and these documents. So if you like community building, and if you care and you want to share your point of views about how we can improve our community, please join in next Monday. Then tomorrow will be part of the TE Fundamentals test. So the TE Fundamentals, it's a Token Academy initiative, and they're going to launch this program, which is a bachelor program for token engineering, but they are going to launch a test, and we are going to participate on this tomorrow, 2 p.m. CET. Is more of a private kind of test, but we will be having a preview of how the TE Fundamentals program will be. And then yeah, that's pretty much what has been going on. Also, we want to welcome Costa, a new guy on training. He will probably gathering some
Hello.
information. There you go. Thank you. And the idea is that we will have this process of creating, having messages answer faster, having people having more one-on-ones, and so this process will be improved. Looking forward to that. And with that, I will pass it on to Mert with Omega, I think.
Thank you so much, Edu. So, Omega Working Group is our working group where we discuss token engineering, ethics, and ethos. We are meeting at Wednesdays, 2 p.m. EST and 8 p.m. CET. These times are not correct for EST, so it's 3 p.m. EST with the time change. Can we pass it on to other slide? Good. Thank you. So, good news, our library proposal has passed. We've been discussing it a lot, truly, like within every detail we discussed about it. So I think at the end we will give very good library to all token engineers. So thank you so much like everybody who supported our proposal. So in the next call we will talk about how we can create workflows within this library and how we can create this library as living library that you are not just consuming knowledge within but engaging with the knowledge creation. So and also we will talk about how we can manage funds within library. So if you would like to learn more about token engineering ethics and our library proposal and other initiatives, please join us. Thank you.
Thanks, Mert. If you're done, I can take it for TEC Labs. I'll just cover for Sean since he's not here right now, unless someone else wants to pop up with it. But the big action is this: we have ViveIV and YGG are building and summoning a Discord bot army, and it's super cool. ViveIV is like a rock star at Discord bots and has been building all the bots for us. So if you want to learn from the best of the best, or at least the best that we got around, but they're pretty great. That you definitely don't want to miss these Discord bot calls. It's Friday at 9 a.m. PST. Well, I think it's 5 p.m. West Europe time right now. And and that's tomorrow. At the same time as about 3 other calls. Sorry about that. Time zones. Anyway, Proposal Inverter. This is also happening every Wednesday at 9 a.m. West Coast time. So same time as the labs, but on Wednesdays. And so it's a super cool thing that we've raised over. I think we have commitments of around 200K, and the TEC is also going to pitch in. But it's a really cool proposal to invert the way proposals work, so that instead of asking for funding from each DAO, you could actually just put up one proposal and each DAO could fund you in that way. So it's super cool DAO to DAO work that's happening in the Prime DAO Discord. Also, we have the TE Fundamentals course. I think the pre-registration is still open. Don't quote me on that, but double check. You might be out of time. You definitely want to register if you can, as soon as you can. Hopefully it's still open.
Over 800 signups so far.
And they're still collecting. Oh my god. Yeah. So that's like half of this Discord is signed up. So guys, definitely want to sign up for this. This is going to be huge. And sign up as quickly as you can. And apparently competition is going to be serious, so spend some time on it. Also, there's some office hours that happen if you want to learn more about token engineering and just wax philosophically about different aspects of it. You can come to the Longtail Financial Discord Tuesdays and Thursdays at noon West Coast time. You can talk to YGG and the crew. Or you can go to Block Science has a Zoom call, and this is at Thursdays at 9 a.m. West Coast time. This week it'll be 5 o'clock in Europe. And if you if you didn't catch all of that from me just gabbing, there's this awesome TEC Labs calendar, has lots of other events on it too. So definitely don't be shy about adding that to your workflow, into your calendar. Comms, I'll throw it over to you, Chewy, to take us away.
Thank you, Griff. In the Comms working group, we meet every Monday. We have a lot of syncs around the teams, and then on Tuesday we have a general call for presenting updates. And I'm really liking that we have one of these pictures, like a different one every week. It's something very exciting. So yeah, hopefully we can keep that going on. And so some of the updates. Manu presented token engineering commons in the Taoist Mexico in a talk called token engineering. Tokens as a public good. So if you wanna catch up with that, we have subtitles available. The talk is in Spanish, but we already tweaked the subtitles to be more accurate. So if anybody would like to check that out, it's already in YouTube. Also, some of the funding proposals for the teams are up, so make sure you check that. Some of the updates around the teams is the T Academy team had a feedback session with the Token Engineering Academy team. It went so great. We checked out some analytics around Twitter and just some stuff that we are learning from all of the work that Anna and Angie are putting into it. So yeah, it's particularly exciting because the T fundamentals course is growing a lot. So yeah, imagine that even like a 5% of all the people that are signing up for the course are going to be part of the TEC pretty soon. So yeah, thanks for supporting this team. This is the team that actually got their proposal passed. So thank you so much for everyone that backed this up. The animation and video production team is doing some updates to the funding proposal. So we're gonna be discussing this more in the forum next week. HubSpot team is working in the newsletters with the updates. The translations team is nearing the completion of its first stage that is going to cover 4 languages. So if you want to read more about that, check the proposal out in the forum. And Twitter planning is just on fire. Like everything going on and everything happening. The Twitter planning team has been catching up really great to everything, not leaving anything out. So yeah, praise Acid Laser, Juanca, Septi, everyone that Efra, everyone that is putting so much effort and joining the efforts around Twitter. And yeah, if you like everything that we're doing, make sure you support our proposal, which is like 3 days away from passing. So yeah, thanks everyone. I'll pass it to Septi in transparency.
Thank you, Chuy. Yeah, on transparency we meet every Monday at 5 p.m. CT. Actually, next week we are not going to have a call since Abby is on vacation. We are focusing on working async on the audit for next week. But yeah, for this week, big praise to Ratio for keeping updating the decision tracking document. It's awesome. Like you can check it out there, Griff. It's having all the decisions we're having until now. Yeah, then I also want to say, like, yeah, remember all these calls are being recorded and make sure like check out the terms and disclaimers. And yeah, right now, like we're still pushing on the audit. And actually, I would like to make an announcement. And if there's someone like with good writing skills who would like to support in the audit, it would be awesome. And yeah, we're pushing on that. Like right now, it's NT, Ivy, myself, and Ratio working on there. But if someone with writing skills would like to jump in, it would be awesome because yeah, it would help us so much. And with that, I'll pass it to legal for Griff.
Okay, unmuted. Thank you so much, Septimus. Yeah, if you have writing skills, jump into transparency. It's one of the most important and also novel working groups that we have in TEC. bringing transparency to DAOs. Yeah, so Ivy leads the legal working group, and she's in the Philippines. So like it's the middle of the night. She's never going to show up for this, but I'm happy to cover for her. The big news is that we actually finished the conviction voting proposals. So we're excited to get that integrated into the covenant. That'll probably be a process. It's not like the biggest rush or anything, but we're excited to. It's ready. So I don't know if there's other updates to the covenant that we want to do, but we should batch it all together. Also, we are also still working on a funding proposal to give a retroactive bonus to the legal advice that we got in the past, as well as kind of squirrel away some legal funds just in case something happens. And if you know any legal experts, definitely invite them to the call tomorrow. It's at 10 o'clock Ecuador time. I don't know what time that is for everybody else, but I'm excited. I'm going to be there. It happens every 2 weeks. So, oh yeah, I guess it's here. I bet it's 10. I bet it's I don't know. I think it's 4 p.m. Europe time. So, rewards group. I'll pass it to you, Livia.
Thank you. Share my screen. Yeah, lots of updates today. So we're wrapping up the second quant tomorrow. Praise to Mitch, who has been handling that, and to all the quantifiers that participated in this round. This was the first time we quantified a whole month, and it seems to be working so far. And we had a praise quant tweak session yesterday. So there was a lot of really great insights that were shared. We took notes of them here if you're interested. And I posted these slides in the community hall because there's so many great links that you all should have access to. And yeah, so we asked questions of like, how comfortable did people feel with their quantification? Did they have, did they feel like they had enough information to give value to the praises, or they were missing information? What was some of the challenges? Was it easy to sort out the duplicate praises because this is something new we're adding in the system? Were there specific questions? Was there one or two praises that especially caught your attention, and why? So people were sharing about that, and a lot of general comments and ideas of things that we could improve, implement, and some of them seem very possible to add to our flow. So I think some of those improvements will be integrated. And then also today we had a session. Christopher, Angela, and I were facilitating this to show what is the new reward system looking like. So we were presenting to TEC, but also to the broader community that is interested in praise and in reward systems. So we were showing our flow, how it works, and where we at, where we're going. So some of the things that we're looking into implementing is send praise on behalf of others. So now Manu has been typing up all of the verbal praise that we give in this call, but soon we want to have this feature that you can praise on behalf of others. And also, I did a thing in self-praise. We tried to implement this culturally before, but it didn't really catch. So if you think that there is something you did that wasn't praised by other people, please praise yourself. We want to reward you. And also evolve the dashboard that we've been using for praise. Capture more rewards as a signal. This is going to come up a lot when we have the analysis going. And who is an active member of the community will be able to see a lot of these things. And also TEC reputation token. This has to be more laid out, and we'll share a post in the forum to explain more what we're thinking about this, to have a Bright ID integration that will allow us to use quadratic voting again on Snapshot. Because now TEC tokens are open in the market, we have a little contingency there that it doesn't make sense to use quadratic voting because people could have multiple accounts connected to one identity. And using Bright ID, we could mitigate that and have a reputation token to be used on a snapshot that is attached to the score that you receive from reward system. So we'll draft that more widely in a post and share. And we had a lot of open questions coming from everyone that was present. They all have so much inside here that we couldn't get to the brainstorm of solutions a part of it because it was just 1 hour of call, but we'll have recurring sessions to discuss more all of these questions that are here and to see how we can continuously improve the praise system. And then also today we had a meeting with the reward board that we had some decisions being taken. And one of them is how much to allocate to the reward board quantifiers and contributors. So from all the distribution, we decided on this ratio that contributors will receive 90% of the funds, quantifiers 7%, and the reward board 3%. And also how much tokens to allocate per period. So now we have the reward board funds that are 55,000 TEC. And we decided to have a fixed amount per week that will be distributed until these funds run out. And then after probably, we need to find other solutions, but the idea is to have a percentage of the common pool that is connected to the reward distribution. So there is an incentive for people to receive rewards and create value for the TEC treasury at the same time. So we'll have around 3 months to discuss this further strategy, but for now, we have this allocation of $2,000 equivalent until the funds run out. And last thing, how much to allocate to source credit and praise respectively. So it was 75% to praise and 25% to source credit, just because we've been so heavy on praise. And praise gives this quality of work that source credit and the way we're using it is not capturing so much. And moving forward with the analysis, we can reassess these numbers and see if this is making sense. And then the last thing, become a quantifier is never too late. It's super exciting to quantify. And yeah, that's it. Back to you, Griff.
Thanks. Yeah, and I should share my screen. So I want to. Is there anyone from TE Academy here? I don't think so. Right. So I'll just give a brief overview really quick. So the TE Academy, of course, was the first proposal ever funded by the TEC, which we couldn't be more proud to say that. And there's a big course coming up, TE Fundamentals, that I already showed a little bit in the labs. Definitely sign up for that. But also there's this really cool TE 360 project that just started yesterday. So they are using UTC time. That's cool. No time zone issues there for daylight savings. So that started yesterday, and it's kind of just a mutual aid group in token engineering. So we'll talk about the power of incentives, building economic systems, and engineering ethics. And they're just looking for peer-to-peer learning hosts. So if someone wants to host that call and talk about a token engineering topic, share your knowledge. If you know of anybody that might be interested in mentoring a little bit, definitely reach out to Angela. And also, if you just want to get introduced to the token engineering topic, it should be a really cool course to start participating in. And with that, I think we actually have a proposal spotlight by Nate about the Stewards group. Is that correct, Nate? Maybe not.
I think that's actually me.
Oh, it's Chewy.
For translations, yeah.
Oh, awesome. Okay, thanks. Take it away, Chewy.
Okay. I'm going to be sharing my screen. Give me a second. Whoa. Okay. Okay. So as I was mentioning earlier, we have two active proposals. One of them is the translations team, which is what I wanted to talk about today. So the translations team will be having a first stage of different content. This is like an estimate of how many words are going to be translated, and so this is a little bit of the more in-depth proposal for each of the bounties that are going to be around these articles. And also, sorry, I forgot to load D work. But if you go to our workspace, you'll find that we already have these translations separated in different tasks and individual tasks. And each of these correspond to the respective bounty that each of them are going to be compensated for. So about the languages that we are thinking around this content, we had this rationale behind Spanish, Mandarin Chinese, Portuguese, Turkish, and Hindi as our first approaches. So we're going to be taking care of these four first. And mostly the population that it just like amplifies the content and makes it compatible to is just a very one of the main things that we were interested in these languages. And after this, we are going to have like further stages for keep translating this. It's just going to be like a different proposal. So probably when we can see like more like tangible results around this, and also as the T fundamentals course expands the communities of token engineers, we'll see if this is a better opportunity to also cover Arabic, Tagalog, Catalan, French, German, Swedish, and Dutch, and Russian. So yeah, these are not like big priorities like right now for different reasons. But yeah, like for example, Swedish, like it'll just make us look more professional. It's one of the things that we were realizing, but it isn't really that it's going to make a difference because most Swedish population also understand English, which is not the case in a lot of parts in Latin America, in China, and Brazil, and Turkey. So yeah, this is some of the thoughts that are behind how we are approaching this. And also, if you want to know more about like each individual content that is getting translated, this content index link, you can find it in the proposal in our forum. So yeah, if you go to the translations team part, yeah, you can find both of the links that I show you today here. So yeah, if you believe in that these proposals are helping advanced token engineering, please make sure you support us in the gardens. And yeah, I guess that's it for me. I'll pass it back to you, Griff.
Any quick questions for Chewy on the translations team? I have one. Is there any plan to distribute the writing this content and like create maybe a marketing strategy around the adding of these languages to our repertoire, to our content, to distribute them?
It's just like an option that we want to get out there. So eventually, when the content is ready and organized, we're gonna do different forms of outreaching. I also feel that, like speaking now of a lot of real life events going on, yeah, just like think about it. If we had like many translations now, there's E3O going on, so we would be like present in that way. We can like link people directly with content in their native language. So yeah, I feel that there are many like approaches that we can take to how we're going to be distributing this content. But so far, we are thinking of starting a mirror for the TEC that is going to be like an international platform for all of these languages. So we're going to have different categories with the different articles translated in different languages. And then we were planning on the original Medium articles, just editing them so we can link to the available languages for that specific content. So yeah, we're still building an index on the translations that we have ready now. And yeah, we're going to be implementing those changes in the translations team in the next couple of weeks, I guess. And yeah, after that, we're going to be reaching out to see who starts just engaging with this documentation.
Very cool. Very cool. Well, that we need 30 more thousand TEC tokens to pass the translations proposal. So if you like what you see, vote with your feet and your TEC tokens. Go to the gardens and support the team proposal. Add translations and inclusivity into the token engineering space. And with that, thank you so much for coming to our 74th or something community call. It was really fun as always, and I'm sure we'll see you again next week.